State. Today is important and momentous for our government, the executive government, to be settling in and in place to get on with the business of running our country. Today you witnessed the swearing in of firstly 4 ministers, 4 very senior ministers or senior leaders of our country who represents the 4 regions of our country. You have the Honorable John Rosso, who in the first instance was appointed minister following the protocols of appointment, and later was also sworn in as our country's Deputy Prime Minister. He represents the electorate of Ley and the greater region of Moresby. The Honorable William Duba, the leader of the United Resource Party, performing second best in as far as our government coalition is concerned. He got himself sworn in as a Minister of State. He not only is the leader of the United Resource Party, but more importantly, is a senior amongst our current coalition, a 5th termer. He is sworn in also as a minister. And of course, the Honorable Yan Staki, who represents the New Guinea Islands, and the Honorable Soroi representing the Greater Papua. First step in going towards appointing the full cabinet. This is a caretaker cabinet. We felt must be appointed at the very earliest, and today we saw successfully the Honorable John Rosso being appointed as Deputy Prime Minister. It had the full blessing of our entire Lolowata caucus. The 16 coalition partners who were in retreat with us made it easier for me to appoint the Honorable John Rosso. He brings to the table credibility, honesty, hard work, and the ideals we were looking for in as far as being a team player to come into the picture, to lead. But I just want to also at this time appreciate the United Resource Party, who were very gracious in our conversations this morning in our meeting, in a typical Melanesian consensus style of leadership and leaders' discussion. The United Resource Party leadership felt that Prime Ministership and Deputy Prime Ministership cannot remain in one part of our country. It must be shared. And so the United Resource Party leadership allowed for this ascension of my brother, the Honorable John Rosso, who, for me, I cannot find someone more able to stand in the ranks as second in charge of our national executive to assist me ensuring our executive government is functional in the right mind, but more importantly, going in the right directions to ensure our country is served better. The 3 other appointees, of course, not junior in the ranking by leadership standings. They're very, very senior amongst themselves, men of great experience, exposure, talent. They would be composed as they have been composed in the last 3 hard years. Last 3 years was not easy years for our country. Again, repeating, taking economy at the back of a pronounced recessed economy in 2018, we stabilized the course. We came out of big headwinds in as far as economy is concerned. Half of that, if not majority of that, were imported, brought in from outside, relating to oil price, commodity prices, the COVID-19 exposes, the war in Ukraine exposes. But this leadership I have here with me were part of the core team who ensured that we studied the course, and we completed 2020, 2021, and we are running through 2022. And I am proud as leader elected by them to be Prime Minister yesterday. We were able to reach consensus in our own Lolowata retreat, and these 4 were picked. Evident of the entire Lolowata team, we have the Honorable Chris Aveta, one of our experience in our ranks, standing with us, Governor of Gulf Province. We have, of course, the Honorable William Banda as a testament to the fact that This was reached by consensus this evening. Tomorrow, work starts for us. And they will each be having about 4 or 5 portfolios each. We will have a space in between caretaker and permanent appointment. This is not accidental, it's quite deliberate. We will go through all portfolios we have at hand. We will go through all departments we have at hand. We will go through all departmental leaderships who are currently in the public service leadership, who have been appointed by us in the last 3 years, or have been maintained in government in the last 3 years, to see how far we've come together. These experienced hands will be working with me, with the rest of the colleague leaderships who are currently in conversation about putting our country first and going in the right direction for the next 5 years. We will be going through, and in the process, amidst the need to satisfy the political numbers we have in place, more importantly, as I pronounced yesterday, as far as merit-based appointment in the public sector is concerned, in the political leadership space, we want to get the best leader available, with the right skills, with the right mindset, with the right attitude, with the right exposure to a sector that he will drive or she will drive to ensure we arrive at the national outcome that we are all satisfied with. Our people expect much from us, and the team of leadership I have remaining in Lolowata, as well as the current 5 we have here, including myself, in my view, men with enough talents for us to continue on the journey for our nation as we've started lately in 2019. We're prepared to work. Reconstruction of our economy remains our key focus. For those who write on Papua New Guinea and our economy not strong, I continue to remind you, come with me in 2027. We will come back to a surplus budget. Join with me and run with me into 2033. We would possibly by then have reduced our sovereign debt to almost nothing. That's the way we are projecting our country. Come with me into the future. We want to pass on a better Papua New Guinea than the one we are currently living in. The core impetus, or nucleus rather, of the team is established here, relying on governors, relying on the youth that the rest of our team will bring in, but more importantly, the talents we have in the ranks of Lolowata. We will then structure a government, and especially an executive government that is truly reflective of a team that can work for our country. Let me also at this time thank the opposition, or what was those who were sitting on the other side yesterday. Unprecedented, unanimous support both to the Speaker and to the Prime Minister candidate. That is unprecedented. But again, this is not something new. To the world out there, you can write Papua New Guinea off all the time, but we rebound. Deep inside, our Melanesian culture of ensuring that we reach consensus always prevail. 46 years ago, we gained independence, now going 47. Many scholars and commentators from abroad have written our country off, but we've rebounded time in, time out. This generation now will try our absolute best to move the extra mile to ensure we gain fully economic independence for our nation, and that is what we're all about. We look forward to constructing a full caucus, a full cabinet rather, at the very earliest. And these leaders here will be working with me to look at all the portfolios and what talents we have in our camp and in our government and in our parliament, and for us to fill in the rest of cabinet portfolios. And hopefully, as we sail through the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, outcomes are delivered for a nation that moves us from where we are to the place we're supposed to be. So on this note, thank you very much. Congratulations, Deputy Prime Minister, in the first instance. I am totally honored to have you serving side by side with me. We've been in much deeper trenches before. We hope we don't go into those trenches, but look, you've been a steady person at the side. We look forward to working with you. And of course, the Honorable William Duma, the one and only, in terms of URP, I just want to say thank you very much to the URP support and network nationwide. Second to Pangu, they did extremely well. And this is the reason why he ranks in as far as party second, and in the current cabinet structure. He's been at the very, very senior echelon of our structures for so long. He's a humble man, small in stature, but a giant in as far as PNG politics is concerned. All right, thank you, Thomas.